Hey everyone, it's Stephanie. Please excuse how I look today. It's been a long couple of weeks with working and the kids and everything, so I look tired. But today I am diving in on toddler feeding. What I get, what to feed toddlers, food ideas, meal plans, things like that. Take it however you want. I'm not here to give advice on feeding toddlers. And you guys have to realize with my toddler, she is on a very high calorie diet at all times. She's 29 months old, and in the past year, she has not gained a pound. She's gained less than a pound. So we have been told to keep her on the highest calorie diet humanly possible. So please, to any of you haters out there who think I am a horrible mother for what I feed my child, I do it all because she needs the calories, and her doctor has advised me to give her whatever I can that she'll eat, and that'll make her gain weight. That being said, I also realize every child is different, and what works for one will not work for another. And you have to figure out on your own what the best things for your child is, and what's the best thing to feed them and everything else. It's up to you, and you have to work with them and realize and figure out what they like and what they don't like, and figure out other ways to get them the stuff that they don't like as much, and get that in their system, as well as getting them what they do like. Sorry, just checking my phone. It just started vibrating. But so we do feed her some not so healthy things, but we do try and keep it in moderation as much as possible. She eats fast food. We eat fast food, but it's not something we do every day of the week. We do it in moderation. Maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks we'll go out and have fast food or something like that. We feed her processed foods. We feed her high calorie, fattening, artery clogging food. And she likes for it. And she's happy for it. And it makes it easier on us, because then at least we know she's getting the calories that her body needs to keep running. We don't do all organic. And I have to say, my whole family is guilty for not eating a ton of vegetables. We are really bad for that. We don't keep fresh vegetables in the house. We do frozen ones when we cook them. And that is something that we are working on getting better with. Because as it stands, Sheri won't eat anything green. And it is hard to get any sort of vegetable in her body. But we try and give her some with every meal if we can, and just see if we can eventually get her to eat them. And since she doesn't eat as much fruits and vegetables, she eats strawberries and bananas, but that's it for fruit. And seriously, no vegetables entered that kid's mouth that she hasn't spat back out yet. But so because of that, we do keep her on a multivitamin. We use the Flintstones gummies. She gets one of those a day, and it just makes up for what she doesn't get from her diet. And we try every day to get her to eat the vegetables and the fruits and everything else. Just some days it just isn't gonna happen. But so in terms of what we like to feed her, breakfast, I don't eat breakfast usually, because by the time we get everyone up, it's make Sheri breakfast, get her sitting down and happy, getting Caitlin fed and changed and happy and everything else, and then start dealing with cleaning up and playing with the girls and everything else. So it's not like I do a big breakfast for myself. But for Sheri, usually it's a waffle or a couple waffles or something. I do cover them in syrup and butter, because as long as any way I can get those calories into her body, I seriously do. Some days she has ice cream for breakfast on the advice of her doctor. She has told me that if I have to give her ice cream with every meal to get calories in her, then give her ice cream with every meal. So some days she gets ice cream for breakfast, and she loves those days. She loves to eat yogurt in the mornings, and cheese strings and bologna. She's so funny with that. Because if you give her a cheese string and a slice of bologna, she turns it into a little taco and eats it like a taco. But she loves that sort of thing for breakfast, and usually she goes to the fridge, and if I open the fridge, she'll point out what she wants to eat to me, and then I just adjust it so that I feel better with what she's eating. Because, like, she's opened the fridge and pointed to a slice of chocolate cake for breakfast, and I can't actually give her that. So I usually give her something else first, then I'll give her the higher calorie thing she actually really wants. Or I'll just wait till later in the day when it's not quite as bad to me. But so yeah, for breakfast it's pretty much waffle, eggs, cheese and bologna, because she loves her meat and cheese. She'll live on it if she could. Yogurt, she's a big fan of peach yogurt. It's her favorite flavor. And we also usually have those like yogurt drinks, and she'll have a couple of those a day because she absolutely loves them. And it's how she gets her dairy. She doesn't drink a lot of milk. She doesn't like to. She drinks mainly water or juice all day because she doesn't want milk unless it's got like a crap load of chocolate in it, and I don't like doing that. So I give her the yogurt because that helps her get her dairy and everything else in her, which I feel better about. And so yeah, that's breakfast. Occasionally on the weekends, if my husband isn't working, we do bacon, eggs, and French toast. It hasn't happened in about a month and a half now, because he's been working pretty much every weekend, and we've been busy. Well, since Caitlin came home, we've been busy nonstop. But so, and on those days, Sheri eats a piece of French toast, ton of eggs. She and her father can go through a pound of bacon without me even being there for it, because she eats it like it's going out of style. And it's a good treat for her, and she loves it when she gets that because she knows it is a treat, and she enjoys it a lot, so I feel good about it. In terms of lunches, we do things, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, grilled cheese, fish sticks, chicken nuggets, simple things like that are easy for me to do. Or grilled cheese with ham or turkey in the middle. I usually try and give her some sort of vegetable or fruit with lunch, but it never gets eaten. Doesn't matter how many times I give it to her, she won't touch it. But I'm sure that'll come eventually. And then the other thing we do with her is after pretty much every meal, she gets dessert. Mostly with lunch and dinner for sure. With breakfast, she just eats whatever she gets. But she gets dessert after lunch, and she gets dessert after supper. Just because it is extra calories being put into her body, which is what she needs. Because she never sits still. Kid hasn't sat still since she was like 2 weeks old, and she learned she could squirm around in her crib. And since then, she hasn't stopped. I think she's the only 29-month-old, 19-pound child I know. But that's okay. So yeah, I'll usually do something after lunch. It'll be something simple, like I'll give her some Smarties or chocolate or something little like that. Nothing big. She goes for a nap right after lunch. I don't like to get her so hyped up. But I like her to have something in her system so that when she does sleep, she has those extra calories that are being absorbed into her body as opposed to being run off. So, that's fine. And in terms of suppers with her, she eats whatever we eat. She's been eating whatever we ate since she was, 10 months old, is when she started eating table food with us, for every meal. She'd been eating it since she was about 8 months old before that, just little bits here and there. And she loves flavor. One of the first things she got her little hands on at a table food that she actually loved, she managed to get her hand in a bag of jalapeno and cheddar cheese chips. And she loved them. And so she's never been scared of flavor at all. She loves it. Whatever, just feed her whatever you can. She likes spicy food. She loves having flavor in her food, which is awesome for us because it makes it easy. So whatever we eat, we don't tone it back for her. We don't do anything special for her. There's only a few things in terms of supper foods that she won't eat. She won't eat pizza. Homemade or otherwise, she won't eat pizza. It doesn't matter. Which is weird because she's a toddler and most kids love things like pizza, but she won't touch it. And she won't eat pork chops. We thought it was just a pork thing in general, but she eats pork tenderloin like nothing else, but she refuses to eat a pork chop. And I don't know why, but that's just what she does. So we tend to keep it. We do a lot of things like hamburger helper or fish for her and my husband, because I don't eat fish personally. It's not something I've ever enjoyed. But so she eats fish sticks with her dad, or she eats fish, and we do chicken. I like to do homemade chicken strips, like breaded chicken strips, and mashed potatoes and things like that for supper as well. So it's not like it's the processed chicken strips. It's chicken breasts I've cut up and breaded and cooked up myself. She loves ground beef, tacos. Anything with beef in it is good. She'll eat steak. She'll eat roast. She eats anything with meat pretty much aside from pork chops. And it's easy for us. Our biggest thing is that we have to get the vegetables in her somehow. And we're still working out how to trick her into eating them. One night we did french fries and like yellow string beans, and we managed to mix the beans in with the fries, and she didn't notice the difference. She just picked them up and dipped them in her ketchup and ate them like that, which is kind of gross but funny at the same time. So we try and trick her into eating them, and we're doing our very best to get her more used to eating them, but it's been an uphill battle for us with her on that. That's the only thing she's really picky about, is that vegetables she could do without. The child would literally live on meat and cheese if she had the option. One last thing that we give to her, she gets 1 or 2 of these every day. This is a Pediasure. Show you this. Oh, it's got 26 vitamins and minerals in it. And it's a nutritional supplement. We don't actually use it for a supplement, and we use the chocolate flavor for her. It's her favorite. But we don't actually use it as a supplement for her. We use it as a drink to go along with the meal as opposed to a meal replacement. Because a lot of parents can use these as a meal replacement if they're running out of time, or if they have a kid who doesn't want to eat anything and they just give them one of these instead. We do it strictly for the calories. One of these bottles has 235 calories in it. And she'll drink 2 or 3 of them a day. And she loves them, and they give her her vitamins, or a bunch of vitamins and stuff that she doesn't get from vegetables, and they give her the calories. We try and stick them to right before she goes to sleep so that the calories actually stay in her body. And they have helped a little bit, but her weight gain is still a constant problem with us, which is why she does get the type of food that she does get. Like, we realize it's not the healthiest diet for her to be fed ice cream for breakfast or anything, or high fatty foods, greasy foods, anything with calories, but it's something that we have to do right now to keep her healthy. And her doctor has told us that whatever we have to do, we have to do. Her nutritionist has told us whatever we have to do, we have to do. So we're just doing the best we can with her right now. But that's pretty much what we feed our toddler, and I realize that probably no one out there will have similar diet to her, but that's okay. So yeah, that's our toddler feeding schedule or feeding routines, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.